All right, ladies and gentlemen and programmers, we're going to do lesson 1, part 1, or the way I like to say it, 1.2. All right, so invoke the move method on a wombat, invoke the turn left method on the wombat, and then place two wombats in your world and make them face each other. So what I want you guys to do is, so you can place two wombats in the world, okay, and you can invoke the, where's move, and I want you to invoke the turn left method, and anyway, using those two methods, I want you to place two wombats in your world and make them like nose to nose, almost touching nose to nose. See if you can. If you can't, ask me for help in class. Okay, and then in your own words, what does the move method do and what does the turn left method do? Now, I want you to think about the robot chair door wall and the peanut butter and jelly and writing good instructions. So as clear as you can possibly be, what does the move method do? And as clear as you can possibly be, what does the turn left method do? So be very, very clear. All right, so to summarize, we can make things happen by creating objects, an instance of the class from one of the classes provided in the scenario, and we can give commands to the objects by invoking their method. So basically what that means is, I have a blueprint right here, okay, called a class. Okay, I can make one. Okay, and I can put it in the world, and then once I have an instance of the class or an object, I can call on its parameters and ask it to do stuff it already knows how to do. Okay, so if you want to, you can write this down in your own words. What does this mean in your own words? What does this mean in your own words? Write that down on the handout because that is the sissy blue color. Okay, write this down on your handouts. This is sissy blue, so make sure you write this down. Return type. Write this down, hit pause on this video while you're writing this down, and then when you're ready we'll discuss it. Okay, so what that means is if I right click on my wombat, okay, we have the word at the beginning. Now, this is the act method, this is the can move method, this is the eat leaf method. The word at the beginning is the return type. This has a void return type, Boolean return type, integer return type. Okay, so if it's void, it's nothing, it's a command. So if it says void, like void move, it's just a command, it's going to do it. On the other hand, if it's anything other than void, like Boolean, or int, that's a question. It's asking the question, can you move? And it's going to answer it. If it's Boolean, it's going to answer it with true or false. Yes, I can move. If I ask it, how many leaves have you eaten? Int, it's a question. It's going to answer with a number. Oh, that particular wombat has eaten one leaf. Okay? So integer is a whole number. Boolean is true or false. Again, if it's void, it's not going to return anything. It's just going to do what we ask. If it's not void, it's a question. It's going to return something like can you move, and it's going to return a true or false. Okay, good. Let's keep moving. Methods with void return types are commands. Methods with non-void return types are questions. Okay, write that down on your lined paper notes, and then hit pause on this video. Hit pause on this video until you're done, and then hit go. So so this is void. That's a command. Boolean question. Command question. Question. Command. Command. Okay. How many leaves have I eaten? One. Okay. All right. Good, just keep going. Okay, invoke the can move method on your wombat. Make it return false. So I write this down in your line paper notes. What are the situations in which it returns false? If you can't do that, ask me for help. But if I right click and I say can move, it's going to be true. So what you have to do is figure out what is the situation in which when I say can move, I can't find it. It returns false. What do you have to do to make it return false? Okay, and if you can't figure it out on your own, let me know. And in class, I'm going to have you show me, like, oh yeah, I've just made it go false. Okay, how can you make and return a number other than 0? Okay, so if I put in a new wombat and I say int get leaves eaten, it's going to start off. It's always 0. It's eaten no leaves. So how do you make it do a number other than 0? Okay, and you figure it out. If you not, ask me for help and I will show you in class. All right, get out your handouts. A parameter is a mechanism to pass in additional data to a method. Write that down. Okay, so for example, if you say to me, Mr. Miller, jump, I will say, oh, I need more information. How high would you like me to jump? And then you say 2 inches. It's like, oh, I can do that. Okay, so that's the parameter. Okay, it's the same thing with our wombat. Look, so if you look between the parentheses, no parameter, no parameter, no parameter, no parameter, no parameter, no parameter. Oh, look, this one does. Hey, set direction. Which direction would you like me to go? So it gives me some information. It's in the range from 0 to 3. Oh, I want you to go 0. And he turns. Let me try that again. Set direction. If I do a 0, he's going to look to the right, to the east. If I go set direction and I type in 1, he's going to go to the west. Okay, so each parameter, each number 0, 1, 2, 3 is going to give a different direction. Okay. So this one, int get leaves eaten, has an empty parameter list. This one, void set direction, has an integer parameter. In order to set the direction, you have to give it a whole number. So this dialog box gives us some more information. So it tells us int direction. So we know it needs an integer, and it's going to tell us it's between the numbers between 0 and 3. Okay. So I want you to try it. Invoke the set direction in direction. Which numbers correspond to which directions? What does 0 do, 1 do, 2 do, 3 do? What happens when you type in a number greater than 3, like 4 or 5? And what happens when you type in a decimal 2.5 or the word 3? Okay, so tell me what happens there. Write that down on your line paper notes. All right, here's the quiz. I'm going to let you do this quiz on your own, and I'm going to have you ask me for help in class. If you need it, there's part 1, and there is part 2. All right, that is it for this. We're going to go on to part 3.